Again, I'm Ed Longanecker with TechAmerica. TechAmerica is the industry's leading technology, trade, and advocacy association, and we're also a committed partner with the state of Illinois, DCEO, and the governor's office in efforts to attract and retain technology talent, companies, and jobs in the state of Illinois. So considering that Illinois has the largest concentration of affiliate marketing companies in the entire country, and we are so passionate and involved from an economic development standpoint with the governor's office and the state of Illinois, that's the reason we're here today. And we'll let the rest of the gentlemen say a few words, and I think we'll come back for some more comments.
My name is Scott Cluth. I founded Coupon Cabin in 2003. When I started Coupon Cabin, it was myself and my girlfriend in my second bedroom. And today, Coupon Cabin employs 54 people in downtown Chicago. In 2010, we drove about $500 million, $500 million in product sales to our 3,000 merchants. And in 2011, we're expecting to drive almost $800 million in product sales to Coupon Cabin merchants. Essentially, this law tries to, House Bill 3659, tries to draw a nexus for online-only retailers. And essentially, if I can take a step back and explain that, your Overstocks, your ShopOps of the world don't have a physical location in Illinois. They don't have an office, they don't have a warehouse, they don't have salespeople. And essentially what this does is try to say, because Coupon Cabin gets a commission, a percentage of the transaction that we drive, we're now a for-commission salesperson, and essentially we're an office for ShopOp. My contract with ShopOp is nothing more than a handshake agreement. There's a 7-day cancellation policy, and it's there because, when I started Coupon Cabin out of my bedroom, we didn't have a whole lot of pull with merchants to get them to give us big contracts. So, essentially we don't get paid unless we drive a transaction that takes place on Overstock.com, on ShopOp.com. And when that transaction takes place, I get a small percentage of that transaction. So if I send 1,000 people to ShopOp or Overstock.com and nobody buys anything, I'm not giving any revenue. But if somebody does buy a transaction or does do a transaction on ShopOp for $100, I get $3 or so. And essentially, because this contract is nothing more than a handshake, these online-only merchants who don't have an office in Illinois simply cancel their agreement with Coupon Cabin, so they don't have to collect and remit sales tax. Amazon is the big target, it seems, in this. And last month, Amazon paid Coupon Cabin $317. That's not a whole lot. That doesn't really move the needle for Amazon, and they'd much rather sever our relationship and not have to collect sales tax than to continue our relationship moving forward. Essentially, this bill will affect about a third of my merchants, about 1,000 merchants, 1,200 or so, and about 30, and then about 30% of my revenue as well. So, we don't have a choice but to move out of state if this bill does get signed by the governor, and we strongly urge a veto.
Hi, thanks for coming. I'm Tim Storm with FatWallet.com. Similar to Scott's story, I started my company with $100 in Monroe, Wisconsin. Today we're 52 employees in the state of Illinois. We moved to Illinois in 2001. Similar business model in that affiliate marketing allowed us to make connections with very large retailers that will ship products and make sales to Illinois residents and residents across the United States. So we get paid a commission when someone makes a purchase at another retailer. Over the years, we've had a strong impact on the community that we live in. Even though we live in Rockton, Illinois, but Rockford, right next door, we're one of the biggest sponsors of the things that make Rockford great, whether it be the On the Waterfront or the different sporting events. We get recognized in the space where we kind of stand out as being a .com. There aren't a lot of us in the area. Last year, we were recognized as the number 20 in the nation, great place to work by Entrepreneur Magazine for small businesses. I've been spending the last 12 years of my life creating jobs. So far, I've only been able to do 52, looking to do some more. And I'm hoping that I'm not asking for anything from Illinois other than a veto of this bill. Lets us keep doing what we're doing and creating these jobs. And I can literally see Wisconsin from my office. It's 5 miles away. If I have to relocate, I will. It's 30 to 40% of my revenue for the company. We can't maintain a business losing that kind of revenue. I'm sure that you can all understand that. So that's my quick story about how we got to where we are with the impact that we're having. You know,
I would just add that 12 states have rejected this proposal. Several states are seeking to repeal their internet tax laws that are on the books now. And if House Bill 3659 is enacted, it will, without question, based on the results in other states, have an immediate and devastating impact on thousands of small businesses in our state. There are 2 represented here today. But it will also greatly hinder growth and innovation in the state of Illinois as well. And we commend the governor for many actions and initiatives, including creating the Illinois Innovation Council recently, investing in companies like Groupon, making technology and innovation a cornerstone of his agenda and his priorities moving forward. But we ask for his veto today to send a strong message to the thousands of companies in the state of Illinois, the affiliate marketing companies, the e-commerce companies, that we want your business here, we need your business here, we want you to stay here, grow here, and tell the thousands of companies across the country that Illinois is a good place to do business and that we support this growth-oriented industry, and we want you to set up shop in our state, we want you to operate in our state, or move your headquarters to our state, hopefully. So the concerns are valid. They are proven that, without question, this tax model has contributed to the loss of jobs, the exodus of companies from states. There are very, very legitimate constitutional concerns, a lawsuit that's ongoing right now in the state of New York. And the states that have adopted this model have not generated even a small percentage of the revenue that they've projected. So you take into account that the state doesn't generate revenue, they actually lose money from the tax revenue that decreases when companies leave or jobs leave, and the fact that it has not benefited brick and mortar retailers in the states that have adopted this measure as well, I think is critical. So to expect that the results in Illinois are going to be different than the abysmal results in the other states that have tried this tax model, it doesn't make sense. So again, we commend the governor for his leadership in so many areas, but this is an extremely important issue, and it really sets the stage for the future growth in the affiliate marketing and the e-commerce industry for our state moving forward. And I do understand that now we have to look at all opportunities for revenue. We're on difficult times, but this, again, has been proven to not be the appropriate model. We are committed to working with the retailer industry, with the governor, with all parties involved to create a local solution, but preferably a national solution that does not place an inordinate burden on such an important industry in our state or any other state, frankly, that is seeking to consider this model. So our door is open. We want to work with everyone, and we actually have legislation, Senate Bill 1783, sponsored by Senator Munoz, and also House Bill 1931, that will essentially cover all of the main provisions in House Bill 3659, with the exception of the affiliate marketing tax issue, which is the most controversial issue from our perspective. So it seeks to clearly create an artificial nexus, which, again, has very strong constitutional arguments, and the Supreme Court has already ruled against such a measure. So we welcome your questions.